Lastly, we look at bio-soil amendments and bio-fertilizer production. Here we examined the cultivation of beneficial microorganisms that play a critical role in enhancing soil health, which is vital for successful agricultural output. And lastly, we look at vermiculture, which was the production of vermicomposting, that's composting using earthworms. You know, with our normal composting, it can take a period of 4 months or so, but then with the vermicomposting technology, it brings down the time to a month or a month and a half. And we also look at the production of vermi-wash, which is a byproduct of vermicomposting. Since my return to Cameroon, I've organized training sessions with local farmers on climate-smart agriculture and simplified bio-input production protocols that do not require laboratory techniques, both in the Northwest region and the far North region, that is the divisions in the Mora division, Polofata subdivision, and specifically in the communities of Amshide and Kuyape, under the banner of the International Committee of the Red Cross, thanks to the skills I got from India. Witnessing the eagerness of farmers to adopt these sustainable practices is incredibly rewarding. However, some challenges were encountered in the execution of my back to office plan, which includes the following. 1, outdated laboratories that do not meet the required standards for the implementation of the various protocols learned in India. This has limited our ability to implement many protocols effectively. 2, our plan to establish a comprehensive bio-input production unit has faced hurdles due to insufficient infrastructure and expertise. My greatest aspiration is to secure another opportunity for a larger team from the Northwest region and Cameroon as a whole to travel back to India to undergo further trainings and support. Not only training, we need training, further trainings in that domain, because the country is now leaning towards organic agriculture. So we need further training in that domain and more hands on deck, because I cannot do it alone. And this training, going back to India specifically, is to come back and be able to establish the following. 1, to be able to establish a pilot laboratory for the production of bio-inputs for sustainable agriculture, be it centralized or decentralized to other regions of Cameroon, where farmers can have access to these bio-inputs without stress. Secondly, to be able to come back and establish decentralized units of vermicomposting. That's through the support. Currently, in my organization, we have a project to actually establish a vermicomposting unit, but we know the issues of funding. So it will be my pleasure to see that the Indian government continues to support us in that area, because we are actually starting small. But it will be an inspiration to other parts of the country to maybe come see what we are doing, and if it pleases the Indian government, they take a larger team to India to come back and be able to establish this. Thirdly, be able to establish, because while in India, one other thing that pricked my mind was greenhouses that were piloted by precision agricultural technologies. So I was very interested in that, and if we could establish such greenhouses here, especially with the drought that is faced in the country, it would be of great interest to the country and the farmers that we serve. Fourthly, one other thing that caught my attention was the drone technology. And in the part of the country where I come from, it's not that common in agriculture, and we would like to explore that aspect and establish or be able to practice in that area. And lastly, to be able to put in place a soil analysis and pesticide residue analysis laboratory, because when I visited that laboratory, it was of great interest to me. We can't only produce food with chemicals, and at the end, we do not know the